What's Justin Bieber's trick for warding off an anxiety attack? The grounding technique. In a recent Instagram post, Justin Bieber shared the grounding technique, which involves tips on what you can do if you're having an anxiety attack. The post reads, look around you, find 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. And the idea behind this technique is that when you're feeling anxious, you're focusing on the past or maybe the future. This forces you to focus on all of your senses, and that brings your mind back to your present. That's the concept, grounding technique. But what's cool is a lot of different ways to do it. If even the thought of doing all that overwhelms you, you can do something really simple. Try pressing your feet into the floor. Feel what that floor is made of. Remember where you are right here, right now. You know, you can also check for your pulse on your wrist or even on your neck. Count the beats per minute. Another trick, just wiggling your fingers and toes. Cross your arms and legs and just do that.
Simon Says.
Yeah, but as we're doing it, we're not thinking about what we were thinking about before. I'm thinking about, okay, I'm wiggling my toes.
Right.
And it really does. It allows you to draw your thoughts away from some of the negativity. And I'm not going to minimize this one bit because anxiety, most common mental illness in the U.S., 40 million suffer from it, but the truth is probably many more than that.
You know, I got to hand it to the Biebs that he's trying to help people out there, that he himself admits that he has, that anxiety for him is an issue, and he's trying to share what works for him.
And you want to know something else about this? Because Bieber came on the show.
And he was great.
He came here to be on the show to surprise a survivor of a fire. You know, a young woman who was a big fan, and he surprised her with a bouquet of flowers. He did that and made her feel good. And here he is sharing with his Instagram followers something really cool.
It's eerie. You've been with me to the Montage, the hotel in Laguna. I go fairly regularly just to kick back, to relax. Who do I? It's like 3 times in a row I run into Biebs.
Are you friends now? You
well,
hang
we
out?
are. Well, I go, hey, it's Duck. And he, you know, at first he's like, oh yeah, that. And I remind him about coming on the show and what a great thing that was, and you should do more of that. And he did say, last time I saw him, he would come back on the show.
Well,
so
we'll figure that out.
I love that, you know, on social media, a lot of times people will recommend things that don't necessarily work. I think this is great, and people with anxiety will frequently reach for medication, and in some instances, medication may be appropriate, but whenever you can do something like this that isn't related to medicine to calm yourself down, then that's great.
Do you find yourself struggling to accomplish a task without getting distracted? Do you want to improve your productivity?
Sure.
We all do.
Yeah.
Today's doctor's prescription will help you structure your day so you're getting the most out of it. It's called time blocking. Here's what you need to do. Schedule your day in 50-10 time blocks. What does that mean? Find a comfortable spot, put away your cell phone. Focus on the task at hand for 50 minutes, and when your timer goes off, enjoy 10 minutes of more freedom. Stand up, take a quick walk around the office, go ahead and check those texts. If you want, check social media, but then go back to that 50-minute work window of intense focus. Time blocking is a simple way to help manage your life better and should help increase the amount of work you accomplish in a day. Also, making sure you get healthy breaks.
It may be hard when you're in the middle of delivering a baby.
Yeah, I'm be like, that's
Don't
my
be
50.
right. Yeah, well, no.
Keep the head right there. It's
Or
halfway
me
up.
doing liposuction. I can't stop and say, okay, I'm going to go take 10. No.
But time blocking, give it a try. If you've never tried it, you may just be more productive. If you missed anything on today's show, head over to thedoctorstv.com. No one likes getting the flu. Well, who wants to know a secret flu-fighting ingredient?
We do.
It's elderberry. A recent study from the University of Sydney found that compounds from elderberries can directly inhibit the virus's entry and replication in human cells. The study also found that it can help strengthen a person's immune response. You can buy elderberry teas, jams, extracts, etc. Just make sure you get foods containing elderberry from a trusted, commercially prepared source. You shouldn't eat raw or unripe elderberries because they can release some harmful things. And I have to confess to you all, I have never had elderberry tea. Have you all?
I've never
I've
had
tried it.
elderberry
I
tea.
have.
You
And
have?
jam.
Elderberry preserves. Yeah,
I'm
jam.
gonna give it a whirl.
Wow.
Do you like
Good
it?
stuff, yeah. Tasty.
Well,
Let's try
once again,
it.
Travis, the power of berries.
Full lips are the trend that isn't deflating anytime soon. So Dr. Ordon is in the procedure room showing us a new treatment that can make your lips fuller without that dreaded duck look. Drew, what's going on?
Well, we sure are, and lips are alive. The trend is everybody wants those luscious lips. Today we're going to show you a different twist in giving attractive lips, and we're going to do it with so-called lip lifting with threads. And to show us how it works, we have Vanessa Lee, nurse and skin specialist, with us, and the lovely Rachel, who will be getting the lip lifting procedure. So that being said, Vanessa, take it away.
Yes, thank you so much, doctor. So my philosophy has always been about natural results, and this is a great way for us to just add a little bit of definition and dip our toes in the pool without going for that really full look that people are really shying away from now. So we're gonna start with these dissolvable sutures.
And in Rachel's case, you see that she has thinner lips. So just using volume for her would probably not achieve the result that you're going to get with the lifting. Now, the lifting will shorten that distance from the bottom of the nose to the upper part of the lip. It will draw up the colored part, the pigmented part of the lip, rolling it up, giving the appearance of a larger lip.
And it looks more uncomfortable than it actually feels for the patient. But really, we do this without anesthesia most of the time.
Everyone is absolutely fascinated watching this. Dr. Ordon, how'd it go?
We are done. It went fantastic. Vanessa, I can't believe you have done this before. Let's take a look and compare how Rachel looked before and how she looks now. So, but the key is, Vanessa, and help me out. You place these threads that you like to call bioactivators, meaning that they are going to enlarge, they're going to volumize on their own over time.
Doctor. So essentially, instead of placing a type of hyaluronic acid filler or a gel implant, we place the little thread in, and what happens is over the next couple of months, that thread is going to dissolve, and then their own collagen is going to enhance. So you have a slight rotation of the lip. It's a beautiful result. It's great for people who just want a really natural touch to the lip.
So it's creating a scaffolding that's going to create your own collagen. Do we have a mirror there?
We've got a mirror for her.
Let's have Rachel take a look.
Go ahead and take that.
What do you think?
I love it. It's so like natural.
It's subtle, it's natural.
And how
And
much
those-
does it cost? How much does it cost? It costs anywhere from $550 to $750 at most offices. And this treatment, you see an immediate response, but it looks better in the next 3 to 4 weeks when the collagen is activated.
So similar to fillers, price-wise, but works in a different way, continues to get better, and it looks very natural. So my prescription is, this is another great procedure that we have using threads to enhance your appearance in the face, but make sure that you do your homework, find a healthcare professional that is trained in the use of threads, that understands the anatomy and does this on a regular basis, because it is an invasive procedure. You don't want this being done who is not a pro at it and doesn't understand the procedure.
Great prescription, Dr. Ordon. If you've got the blues, for instance, if you just found out that your wife always fakes it when you're... In all seriousness, if you have the blues, our doctor's prescription can be your secret to feeling a little less sad. A new study found that imagining sadness as a person can make the emotion feel a little less intense. And this is really cool. It was published in the Journal of Consumer Psychology, inspired by the Pixar movie Inside Out, which showed 5 bickering emotions that came to life inside a girl's head. And the sadness had blue skin, blue hair, slumped posture, and an urge to cry. And during that study, they asked 114 people to think about a time when they felt really sad, maybe after the death of a loved one. The researchers then randomly assigned half of them to write down what kind of person their sadness would be like if it came to life. The results showed that those who thought about their sorrow as a person reported feeling less intense sadness than the other participants.
Yes, this is actually...
Like personifying it works.
Right, and see, this is why it works. This is actually an evidence-based technique that I often teach my patients. It's about externalizing the emotion. When the emotion is inside your head, it feels amorphous, it feels like it's going on and on. But when you externalize it, whether it is imagining as a person or even just an object in front of you, all of a sudden it has physical boundaries and you feel like you can deal with it. So when you see it as something separate of yourself, it really does help you to process that emotion a bit better.
That was deep.